Michael, what do you think about integrity? We do the right thing even when it's difficult, no one's looking. What's that? How does that relate to the field? And
Having integrity, to me, is honesty. In my mind, doing the right thing. And, now that you said that, it kind of brings to mind with me a story that I was involved with years ago that I should have used integrity, because it came back to bite me in the end. I did something like that. Got a call, sewer line leaking late in the evening, long ways from home, didn't really want to have to go fix it. Got up there and dug it up and took some shortcuts. Instead of fixing it the right way and doing the right thing, actually it was crazy, duct tape, wrap duct tape. I let somebody talk me into wrapping duct tape around a sewer pipe to fix it, and we covered it up and left. Well,
you weren't there, was you, Billy?
I wasn't there.
It wasn't long after that we were
that
called back
before,
to
though.
come back and dig it up. And then when I had to dig it up, somebody showed up to see what we did.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they saw that, and this has been a long time ago, and I still think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it's so good to have integrity,
Right.
and to just do it right.
Yeah. Well, hello, and welcome back to Covenant Connection, the podcast that Covenant produces to help keep our team members connected and updated, and to give our president a chance to talk to the team that he don't get to see a whole lot. We're scattered, Tim. We're
Absolutely are.
we're everywhere. We're concrete's in 2 different states right now, and so it's hard to get around and talk to everybody. And it's good that we sit down and we take the time to talk about things and share news and updates and things going on in Covenant. And I appreciate you always taking the time to sit down and talk with us and talk to your folks.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, Chad, and all the hard work you put into this to get it to where it's going.
Yeah, I'm excited. It did. I from the first time we recorded to now, man, it's really progressing. We got this podcast studio is just outstanding, and so Tim, as we've talked about vision, we talked about mission, we talked about started on core values of Christ serving. Today, we'd like to talk about that second core value, and that's integrity. That's integrity. And so the tag that we put with this, Tim, when the leadership team named this our second core value, is it says we do the right thing even when it's difficult and no one is looking. I read a quote from Dwight D. Eisenhower that said this, says, "The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible, no matter whether it's on the section gang, a football field, in the Army, or in an office." One thing I remember from the Bible, Tim, that talking about integrity, David was talking about in Psalm 15:4. He was talking about what a person of integrity looks like and a person following God. And in verse 4, he says this, he says, it's a person that swears to his own hurt and does not change. That might be a little wordy and confusing, but basically what he was saying, when you tell somebody you're going to do something, you do it, even if it costs you, even if circumstances have changed. And so integrity, doing the right thing when it's difficult and no one is looking. What's that look like, Tim? What's that look like? Integrity. If you're looking at a team member and you say, man, they're really showing some integrity. Maybe you got some examples you want to share or tell us about it.
Yes, it's just like the definition says, it's doing the right thing even when it's hard and when no one's looking. In the construction business, there's a lot of areas where your integrity can be tested tremendously, and it's real easy for a guy to get sidetracked and fall off on the wrong path. And so integrity is one of our important core values, because not all the time are we engaged with the foreman or an operator or laborer, and when a problem arises and they have to make a decision, we expect that the decisions that are made are going to be with integrity, not cutting corners, not stealing, not doing something that they shouldn't be doing, because we put a whole lot of faith into our employees in the field that they're just going to do the right thing. And when that integrity is challenged, it's, for some people, it's just hard to make the right decision. That's why we have God involved with a lot of our decisions, pretty much all of our decisions, because your integrity never wavers, right? If your faith is hard, you know what to do. You don't even have to think about it.
Right.
So integrity is important for us as a company to not just survive, but to provide a good service for our clients, because they have to trust you. I mean, integrity and trust all go together. If you don't have integrity, you don't have trust, and when you lose trust, exactly right. Everything just falls apart. So that's my take on integrity.
Yeah, that's great. That's so good. Integrity is the foundation of trust. If you're perceived to have no integrity, then people don't trust you. And in our business, it's important to have trust on a site, on a project. You were talking there a minute ago, and we're all faced with, everybody's faced with integrity challenges, all the time. I read something a while back that said, it takes maybe a lifetime to build a reputation of integrity, and one lie to destroy it all. Mm-hmm. And so every decision matters. Mm-hmm. Talking about integrity, I remember an example, not with Covenant, but with a previous company I was with years ago. We were asked, and I share this for what I would consider an example of integrity for the field guys. We were asked to do a laydown area for a client. We were doing a commercial manufacturing plant. We were asked to do a laydown area. They had a load of steel coming that they hadn't planned on. It was on the road, and they got a call, hey, we're going to deliver this in the morning. And they asked us real quick for a change order, and they asked us to strip the topsoil off, put some fabric down, put some rock on it, and grate it and roll it and have it ready for their load of steel the next morning. And we agreed, and we got to work on that. And then we discovered, Tim, that we didn't have any rolls of fabric on the site. And of course, it was late in the day, and the client had their representatives have went home for the day because they trusted we was going to get it done, and we were. But we had a choice to make. Do we stop what we're doing and spend a couple of more hours rounding up some fabric, getting back here and putting it down before we put this rock down, or can we just it was just said, we can throw this rock down here and nobody's ever going to know the difference. But that wasn't what the client was paying for. That wasn't what we agreed to do. And so we stopped, and we went and got a couple of rolls of fabric and done it like that. Situations come up like that all the time, as you're aware, in the field. And what I'm hearing from you as we're talking to Covenant team members is we expect you to give the client what they're paying for.
Do it right the first time.
Yeah.
Don't cut corners.
That's right.
I mean, we've had employees in the past that would do that. Nobody's going to see. Nobody's going to know, right?
Right.
Throw it in a hole, cover it up, and out of sight, out of mind type thing, right? But here's the problem. It always leads to another problem. So eventually you find out what happened because you backfill a ditch with stuff that you shouldn't backfill it with, and then the road starts settling out or failing, or your pipe starts settling out.
Yep.
I mean, it always comes back. So integrity is about doing it right the first time. Do what you say you're going to do, and not cut corners.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty simple.
I read something. You sparked a thought there. I read something that said, if you don't have enough time to do it right the first time, it's going to take a lot longer to do it the second time.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot more money.
A lot more money.
So we do it right the first time.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I appreciate you coming on and talking about integrity with us. It's important. It's important to have integrity. It's important to build that trust. You and I, Michael, or Aaron or Dane are not in the field all the time every day, and so the team members of Covenant are the faces of Covenant to our clients. They deal with our clients in the field a whole lot more than we do, and so what I hear you saying is just represent Covenant well.
Just represent Covenant well, make the right decisions, and all's good, right?
That's right. That's right. All right. We appreciate you tuning in for another episode of Covenant Connection. And we'll be coming right back at you with another core value here. And again, I want to encourage you. We'd like to hear your feedback. Are you enjoying this? What would you like to hear more of? Just contact us here. Give us a call, send us a message, whatever is easiest for you. Let us know what you'd like to see. Covenant Connection is a chance for Tim to talk to you, but he would also like for you to talk to him. And if there's things that you want to talk about or discuss, let us know, and we'll get them. We'll get them on the schedule. And we'll sit down and talk about them.
Yeah, I'd like to hear some feedback for sure. And it's Chad's over here trying to come up with content each month or each segment. So we'd like to get some feedback on that and what you might like to hear about, please.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate you joining in, and we'll see you next time on Covenant Connection, where we are constructing better lives through faith in God. Amen.